Ball deflected out the sideline, throw in for the Cougars. Into Dunaway. Drop to Brandon Schumacher. He plays the switch to Meningus. Ben Schumacher in the middle, drop back to Nangle. Nangle across to Dunaway, drop back to Brandon Schumacher. Ben Schumacher makes a touch to the middle, gets through the challenge. Schumacher wants the shot, still going across, takes it to the middle. And the keeper, Admire, there to scoop it up. All right, sorry, we had some technical difficulties. My mic had dropped out. Switching mics here. Boney wins the header over to Hamlin. Hamlin carrying down the far side, being defended by Massey. Number 20 is Aiden Davis, gets a touch, stolen back by the Cougars. Cleared away by number 11, Orphan. Massey back to the ball in the middle of the field. Played to the near side, breaks there to steal, break into the attack. Plays it wide for Meningus. Meningus across the box, and Ian Admire's there to take it out of the air before the threat can materialize. Admire to the top of the box, big punt. Wynn really taking that ball. Horton wins the header into the middle of the field for Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher with time, plays it to Clevenger on the far side. Clevenger looking across the field, floating ball to Meningus. Meningus with the left, and Admire's there, goes to both knees to get that one hop. Really windy day here. Ball all the way to the top of the box. Wind gusts blowing away my equipment. Brandon Schumacher on the far side gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger driving ball into the middle. Touch by Orphan. Meningus shielding. Drop back to Dunaway. Dunaway looking for Schumacher over the top, touches it wide. Dunaway still on the ball, being challenged by number 5, Keeler. Dunaway to the corner, plays it across. Deflected and almost an own goal. Nice save by Ian Admire off the deflection from McGlynn. Big punt back into the middle. Hamlin gets a touch. Number 3, Sebastian Perez touches it forward, but all the way to the box, and Stewart's there to scoop it up. Stewart back in the middle of the field for Brandon Schumacher. Drop back to Hamlin. Hamlin has time. Massey comes up to pressure. Hamlin plays it in the middle for Ben Schumacher. Back to Boney on the back line. Boney, nice receive and play to the near side for Brake. Ruben Brake carrying. Down the line for Dunaway. Brake chips it in. Ben Schumacher gets a touch on the keeper in the air. Admire's able to come down with it. Another threatening punt all the way into trouble. Boney tries to clear. Massey in. Brake steps in front and is able to knock him off the ball to kill the threat. Brandon Schumacher up to Meningus, gets a touch into the box. Meningus still on it, takes the shot, and puts in the goal. And the Cougars with the transition goal off the threat by the Blue Jays turns into a goal for the Cougars. All right, restart of play. Sent all the way into the keeper, Stewart. Stewart taking his time to set up the attack. Punting to the far side for Clevenger. Clevenger gets a touch into the air, settles it down in the middle of the field. Clevenger has some runners looking for Meningus through. Meningus into the box. Nice read by Admire as he comes up to the top to scoop it up before a threat can materialize for the Cougars. Admire setting up the attack. The Cougars moving back as these punts are really threatening all the way into the attacking third. Boney heads it down. Number 20, Davis, plays it back in. Nangle steps back. Sebastian Perez back to the ball. Boney is able to clear it away. Hamlin comes in and gets a touch up to the middle of the field, and he's able to draw the foul. Will be a free kick back at the contact for the Cougars. Case and Hamlin over to take the kick. Hamlin plays it on the ground to the far side for Clevenger. Clevenger all the way back, plays it to Stewart in the box. Stewart with time. Driving ball back into the middle of the field. Dunaway's there to receive. Drop back to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher carrying to the far side. Plays it to connect to his brother Ben. Ben trying to get around the edge. Number 9, Gasper there to defend. Gasper Silva. Knocked out of play, throwing for the Blue Jays. Silva takes it down the line. Hamlin lets it roll out of play and then throw back to the Cougars. Back in, Clevenger back to Horton. Plays it into the middle of the field. Then Schumacher works back for it. Nangle pokes it away. Number 18, McGlynn, plays it down the line far and out of play, throw in for the Cougars. Hamlin back to Clevenger on the throw. Clevenger being tightly defended by number 2. That's Obregron. Hamlin gets through the double. Cuts it back. Ball deflected by Hamlin and cleared away by Silva. Another throw for the Cougars on the far side. Hamlin drops back to Horton, who plays it across for Boney. Boney has pressure coming, able to put it back into the middle for Dunaway. Dunaway one touch to Nangle. Good job by Massey stepping in to steal. Nangle on his back. Nangle gets a touch but commits the foul. It's a free kick for the Blue Jays. Johnny McGlynn, header all the way to the top of the box. Boney heads it back to the keeper, Stewart. Stewart thrown out to Meningus. Meningus with a defender in front. That's number 8, Prasito. Knocked away, a throw in for the Cougars. Ruben Brake there to take the throw. Orphan heads it down. Prasito back into the middle of the field. Brandon Schumacher there to settle. Schumacher looking for space, plays it over the top for Meningus on the chase. Prasito there to challenge Meningus across, but not high enough as Admire had that corner covered. Good attack opportunity for the Cougars as they were able to play it wide and then back across. Punt to the middle of the field. Brake can't control it. Into the attack by Daly. Daly cutting across. Brake steps in, gets a touch on the ball and steals. Nangle with it to Dunaway. Dunaway with room. Plays it wide to Meningus. Meningus, again, a little too deep as Admire clears it. Schumacher with the side spinning ball in. Boney off of his chest, it's loose. Brandon Schumacher takes the strike, and right at Admire, he was able to knock it down and get back on top of it. Admire with the big punt, all the way back up to Perez. Boney wins the header. Massey there, into the attack. I'm sorry, that was 16, Daly. Over to number 5, Keeler. Keeler plays it across the box, and Stewart's there to pick up the bouncing ball. Wind died down for a second. Stewart plays it to Dunaway with some space. Dunaway has a challenge coming from behind. Able to stay with it. Break down the line for Meningus. Meningus looking for Dunaway on the overlap, deflected away by Presido. Breaks back for the ball. Plays it back in, cleared away again by Presido. Brandon Schumacher's able to win the touch in the midfield. Schumacher being challenged by Perez. Tries to clear, deflected by Massey. Falls to Nangle. Nangle on the ground to Dunaway. Dunaway with a nice touch to space. Dunaway looking for an option, plays it short to Break on the near side. Break cuts it back into the middle. Carrying across, leaves it for Dunaway. Dunaway tries to split the double. Cleared away by Davis. Perez and Boney. Boney's able to come in on the challenge, but gets called for the foul. And it's a free kick for the Blue Jays from, call it 35 out. Riley Daly, the junior, over the ball. Daly right into the wall, deflected by Break. Ball to the near side and out of play. Throw for the Cougars. Ruben Break tracking the ball down. Takes the throw down the line to Meningus. He's able to turn. Chipped across the field for Clevenger. Clevenger settles it down. Drops back to Nangle. Nangle with some room. Find Ben. Played wide for Meningus. Drop back to Dunaway. Dunaway across. Backside, Clevenger there. And can't keep it in. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. Driving ball into the middle on the goal kick. Schumacher first to touch, gets it to Clevenger. Back to Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher makes a touch to space, being tightly defended. Poked away by Massey, up to Perez. Perez is able to turn. Hamlin chases back, gets a touch as Perez goes to the corner. And Horton's able to touch it out of play, throw in for the Blue Jays. Actually ruled off for the Blue Jays last. It's a throw for the Cougars. Nice win by Horton. Hamlin down the line, deflected away by the Blue Jays, and another throw for the Cougars. Back to Clevenger. Played across for Nangle. Nangle challenged. Gets it to Break. Nice feet by Break to get past Keeler. Break plays Meningus to the corner again. Meningus touches to the edge, and goal kick ruled for the Blue Jays. Driving ball back to the middle field. Dunaway first to touch, finds Ben Schumacher with space, looking to turn. Schumacher has the double, poked away, back to Meningus, back to Schumacher at the top. Schumacher in the box. Across for Clevenger. Clevenger back to Dunaway. Dunaway chips it for Meningus. Meningus looks in, poked away by number 9, Silva, and another throw for the Cougars. Ruben Break takes the throw all the way into the box. Hamlin wants the strike, and handball called. It's the penalty kick for the Cougars. It may be a... Ben Schumacher will get the penalty kick. Schumacher sets up for the kick and buries it in the back of the net. Cougars take the 2-0 lead. Barrett. All right, back to the action. In the middle of the field, and Angle's able to clear it to Dunaway. Dunaway turns, finds Clevenger. Ball still in play. Clevenger finds Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher looking ahead, gets it to Ben. Ben clips it to Clevenger wide, but knocked out of play, throw-in for the Blue Jays. Throw-in by Aguirre. Knocked out of play, back to the Cougars. Actually, Hamlin's going all the way up. It must not have come in. Hamlin up to Ben Schumacher. Knocked away by Aguirre, and another throw for the Cougars. Hamlin there to take the throw, plays it short for Clevenger. Back to Hamlin. Hamlin tries to split it through, and Perez knocks it off of Hamlin, throw in for the Blue Jays. Aguirre takes the throw. Hamlin can't control it. Chasing back. Hamlin gets a touch deflected by Perez off of Hamlin, but Hamlin into the attack. Down the left side. Nice cut by Hamlin into the attack at the top. Deflected right to Nangle. Nangle carrying across. Tackle by Silva. Played into the middle of the field to Daly. Daly plays a good through ball to Keeler. Break chasing back. Horton's there, break. And Keeler gets a touch in.
Good job, Anthony.
Ball on the near side for Dunaway. Dunaway down the line for Meningus. It's going to stay in. Meningus makes a touch to the corner, being defended by number 11, Orphan. Meningus carrying. Steps on it as he turns. Deflected off of Orphan, and another corner kick for the Cougars. Under 10 to play in the first half. Cougars leading 2-0. Schumacher chips it in, deflected by the header of the Blue Jays. Hamlin's there at the top. Brandon Schumacher and Hamlin got confused there, and the Blue Jays number 9, Silva, able to step in. Blue Jays Massey in the middle, Nangle defending. Chip to the near side for number 5, Keeler, to make the run. Keeler touching in, gets into the box. Keeler takes the shot, and off the mark, goal kick for the Cougars.
Job, Ed.
Cason Hamlin to take the goal kick this time for the Cougars. Plays it with his left in the middle of the field. Floating ball. Massey and Nangle go for it. Nangle comes down and clears it away to Clevenger. Clevenger can't control the touch as number 5, Keeler's there on the far side. Played down the line. Hamlin comes to challenge on number 16, Daly, and knocked out of play, throw in for the Blue Jays in the attacking third. Subs at the line for the Blue Jays. Number 5, Keeler, who's made several long runs in a row, will take a break. Ball into Massey. Can't control it as Hamlin clears away with his left. Ben Schumacher to the ball, plays it to Dunaway. Find Ben over the top. Nangle touching to break. Break into Meningus. Orphan challenges. Meningus looking for an option, gets it back to break. Break touch to the middle, finds Meningus. Good ball into Schumacher in the box. Schumacher drops to Dunaway. Dunaway across for Clevenger. A little too deep and all the way out the sideline, throwing for the Blue Jays. McGuire takes the throw in down the line, but out of play, and a throw back to the Cougars. Clevenger there with his left across. Another nice job by Ian Admire to come off his line and grab that out of the air. Admire, big punt again to the middle of the field. Boney fighting for the ball, gets the header down to Nangle. Nangle to the near side for Dunaway. Dunaway being defended by number 15. Ball into the middle. Horton tries to poke it away, deflected by number 20, Davis. Boney clears to the far side for Hamlin. Hamlin has pressure from Daly and knocked out a play by Daly, throwing for the Cougars. Under 6 to play in the first. Played high into the air. Daly gets a touch into the box, and Stewart's off his line, able to grab it. Thrown to the far side for Hamlin. Hamlin, good touch to get through the traffic. Plays it wide for Clevenger. Clevenger has time if he can get there. And out of play, throw in for the Blue Jays. McGuire there to take the throw. Big throw down the line. Hamlin settles. Plays it back to Dunaway. Dunaway back to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher across for Nangle. Nangle takes the strike, and off the mark, goal kick for the Blue Jays. 4:30 to play here in the first half. Cougars with a 2-0 lead. Ball in the middle of the field. Over the first line, Boney's there, chips it into the air. Challenged by Daly. Falls to Horton, who plays it back into the middle. That's Silva on the ball. Plays to the far side. Hamlin's there. Hamlin plays it over the top. Good idea, just a little too strong as the keeper, Admire, there to scoop it up. Another big punt all the way into the attacking third. Boney and Daly there to challenge. Brandon Schumacher and Massey. Falls to Hamlin. Hamlin cuts it back. Massey being physical on the ball. Hamlin carrying down the line and knocked out a play. Throw in for the Blue Jays. McGuire takes the throw. Hamlin, nice job to win it down. Cleared away by Davis. All the way into the box, and Stewart's there to grab it. Stewart with the side spinning punt into the middle. Schumacher to settle, gets it to Dunaway. Dunaway back to Schumacher with room to turn. Plays Meningus. Orphan there to step to win it. Nangle back in, finds Meningus. Meningus back to Schumacher. Schumacher trying to get through the double. Still on the ball. And cleared away by the Blue Jays. Actually, last touch by Schumacher. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. Ball back in the middle of the field over the first line. Boney tries to play it to the near side. Daly steals. Boney chasing. Daly with his left. And nice save by Stewart. Probably wide of the goal, but nice extension and grab by the keeper. Casey Hamlin on the ball. To the far side for Clevenger. Tries to connect back to Hamlin. Hamlin wins it back as he carries across. Chips it to the near side for break. Stolen by number 15. That's Hammond. Hamlin comes in and clears it. Ball into the air. Orphan there to the ball in the box, clears it to the sideline. Still in play as Presido gets to it. Down the line, breaks there, chips it back into the middle. Headed in the air by Silva. Break wins it back to Dunaway, back to Break.
Pressure.
Break still on the ball. Cross for Nangle. Nangle, good touch. Gets it to Brandon Schumacher, drag touch into the middle. Silva comes on to challenge. Ball goes all the way to Clevenger. Clevenger back to Hamlin. Number 2, Obregon there to challenge. Ball to Clevenger. Clevenger finds space. Plays it across for Dunaway at the top of the box. Dunaway settles. Drops back to Break. Break making a touch wide. Nice job by number 15, Hammond, to clear it away, and another throw for the Cougars. Meningus into Dunaway. Dunaway to the corner. Drop back to Break. Falls to Meningus, who plays it in. Orphan there to clear it. And back to a throw-in for the Cougars. 30 seconds left to play here in the first half. Ruben Break there to take the throw. Big throw all the way into the box. Cleared away by the Blue Jays. Falls to Brandon Schumacher at the top. Schumacher trying to turn. Gets it to Meningus. Meningus in. Backside for Clevenger. Aguirre's there to clear. Brandon Schumacher chips it back in for Clevenger. Ball's loose. Nangle goes for the touch. It's cleared. Brandon Schumacher there wants the strike at the buzzer. And that will do it for the first half. Cougars go into halftime with a 2-0 lead. We'll put 10 minutes on the clock for halftime and be back for the second half. All right, we're back to start the second half. Cougars have the kickoff. Cougars have the win this half, going right to left. Same starting 11 for the Cougars. Not sure about the Blue Jays. Looks like it's the same. Played to Dunaway, who kicks it to the far corner. There'll be a throw in for the Blue Jays. Aguirre to take the throw. Actually, that may not be Aguirre now in the game. No, I can't see over there. Oh, that's number 8, Precito. Boney wins the drop all the way back to Stewart. Horton plays it across to Boney, but Boney can't control it, and out of play. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Obregon there to take the throw, but he's actually going to leave it for Precito. Precito takes the throw in. Massey there gets a touch, but can't control it out the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars. The wind was a big factor for the Blue Jays' goal kicks in the first half. See if the Cougars can take advantage of that wind here in the second half. Hamlin with his left foot to take the goal kick. Back spinning ball to the middle. Ben Schumacher gets a touch ahead with his head. Aiden Davis settles down, ball across for Clevenger to steal. Back to Hamlin. Hamlin plays it over the top. Chipped back in by Silva. And that's rolling out of play. Goal or a throw in for the Cougars here on the near side. Cason Hamlin over to take the throw. Short to Dunaway. Keeler defending. Perez steals to number 16, Daly, but cleared away by the Cougars. Sent high into the air. Nangle and Daly. Nangle plays it in. Boney's there to clear. Over to the far side. And out of play. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Ball into the middle of the field for Perez. Break chips it back. Ben Schumacher to Dunaway. Dunaway looking over the top, steps on the ball. Massey steals into the counterattack. Massey takes the shot. And Stewart's there up to the challenge and makes the save. Stewart rolls it out to the far side for Break. Break over the top. Headed into the air by McGlynn. Number 16, Daly, got a little too much in the back of Nangle and commits the foul. Free kick for the Cougars. Hamlin up ahead. Goes through the first line into the corner. Clevenger comes down to pressure. Lets him out the side. Massey deflects. Chipped high into the air. Horton heads it away, and a throw in for the Blue Jays. Silva down to take the throw. Dunaway heads it out, and a throw back to the Blue Jays. Off of Keeler and out of play, throw for the Cougars. Hamlin takes the throw into Clevenger. Keeler steals, deflected by Dunaway, out of play, throw in for the Blue Jays. Silva there to take the throw. Dunaway with his chest, clears it out to the sideline, another throw for the Blue Jays. Silva to the top of the box, Horton clears. Falls right to Davis. Ben Schumacher's able to deflect, gets it to Meningas. Meningas plays it over the top for Brandon Schumacher to chase. Keeper Admire out of the box and clears it to the far side. Ruben Break up to get a touch. And out of play, throw for the Blue Jays now on the far side. That's number 8, Precito, there to take the throw. Down the line, headed in the air. Another throw for the Blue Jays. Break with his shoulder, clears it away. Precito again with the throw for the Blue Jays. Headed in the air by Daly. Dunaway to the ball, chips it high into the air down the line. Ben Schumacher there trying to settle. Preciado there to step in front and knocked out a play throw for the Cougars. Schumacher leaves it for Ruben Brake to come down to take the throw. Up to Nangle, to Meningus. Drop back to Brake. Brake makes a nice touch down the line. Plays it across, deflected by the Blue Jays. And out of play, another throw for the Cougars. Brake with a throw down the line. Shouldered away by Orphan. And another throw for the Cougars now in the attacking third. Brake with a throw into the box. Massey and Nangle fight for it. Meningus tries to send it in. Actually, that was number 16, Daly, who's on the challenge. Back to the Cougars. Ruben Brake there to take the throw. Into Ben Schumacher. Orphan gets a touch, but back to Ben Schumacher. Nangle on the ball. Drop back to Dunaway with space. All the way back to Stewart. Massey comes up to pressure. Stewart driving ball into the middle. All the way up to the back line, deflected by number 18, McGlynn. Number 20, Davis, up to Massey. Horton's there. Plays it to the near side and out of play. Throw for the Blue Jays.
Let's go, Jays!
Aguirre there to take the throw for the Blue Jays. Ball into the box. Horton has to clear. And another throw in the attacking third for the Blue Jays. Massey takes the throw into Daly. Aguirre sends it into the box. Boney heads it into the air. Davis gets away with the push. Ball falls to number 16, Daly. Ben Schumacher wins it to the near side for Clevenger. Aguirre there to challenge. Clevenger looking to switch the field. Stolen away by Davis. Falls to Ben Schumacher, though. Schumacher connects to Meningus. Meningus looking for Brandon Schumacher on the run. Finds Ben Schumacher in the middle. Schumacher to the top. Into the box. Schumacher drops back to Meningus. Meningus takes the strike. Ben, take the shot!
I like how you're doing both.
That's my son, so.
You're professional and you're like,
Yeah.
let's go, Ben.
Driving ball to the far side. Brake with his shoulder. Down to Meningus. Over to Brake on the far side. Brake still on the ball. Plays it down the line from Meningus into the corner, and that's going to go out the end line, I believe. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. McGlynn takes the goal kick all the way up to Daly. Into the challenge with Perez. Boney, nice job getting back. Perez tries to turn. And yellow card called on Boney for the foul. The ref was letting the advantage materialize, but when it didn't, he called it back to the spot of the foul. It'll be a free kick from about 25 out for the Blue Jays. Jax Edson subbing in the game. So the Cougars will make a slight rotation with the center back subbing out. Number 12, Carter Massey, the senior midfielder, over the ball to take the free kick. Massey set up. Chips it in. Stewart rises up and able to get it. Stewart throws it out to the near side. Bouncing ball. Aguirre there to head it back in. Dunaway heads it down for Edson. Edson chips it through. Dunaway clears. Dunaway back to the ball. Leaves it for Ben Schumacher. To the near side for Clevenger. Back to Hamlin. Hamlin back to Clevenger. Clevenger connects to Schumacher. 1-2 back to Clevenger. Clevenger finds Brandon Schumacher at the top. Orphan clears it, but right to Clevenger on the far side. Clevenger into the box. Back to Ben Schumacher. Nice step in by Daly, and Daly clears it, but to the end line. It's a corner kick for the Cougars.
Just run it that way. I look over, and the shorts are inside out.
Ben Schumacher over to take the corner kick. Side spinning ball in, backside. Nice job by Admire getting a hand on it. Falls to Jax Edson, who sends it in, and Admire is able to grab it out of the air. Admire top spinning ball. Brake reads it, but Perez steps in and heads it away. There'll be a throw for the Cougars on the far side. Brake takes the throw down to Meningus. Meningus heads it into traffic. And Admire, nice job coming off his line to grab that before the threat can materialize for the Cougars. Admire with the top spinning ball to the near side. Keeler there. Hamlin and Perez challenge for it. And foul call on Hamlin. Free kick for the Blue Jays. Number 18, McGlynn, the junior defender, takes the free kick. Side spinning ball to the top of the box. Headed in the air by number 16, Daly, but out the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars.
Mom and Dad are over there. They're trying to look for you.
All right, Hamlin there to take the goal kick, taking it with his right foot this time. Back spinning ball to the far side. Presido gets the touch back in. Number 2, Obregon, stolen away by Edson. Up to Meningus. Meningus plays it in the middle for Ben Schumacher. Schumacher turns across for Dunaway. Dunaway drops to Horton, who chips it over the top for Clevenger. Clevenger off of his shoulder, trying to keep it in. Nice job by Clevenger. Gets through the challenge on Aguirre. Clevenger switching the field for Meningus coming in. Meningus, good touch into the box. Takes the shot, deflected, and in the goal for Nixon Meningus. Nice job by Admire making the first touch, but went right back to Meningus, who was able to put it in. Nixon Meningus with a brace on the night. Cougars leading 3-0.
They scored it like a minute after I showed up. I showed up late. And then all the people who stopped on defense just made them go.
All right, restart of play. Blue Jays play it to the near side. Horton's there. Horton clears it back to the middle of the field. Orphan gets a touch. Silva with some room. Plays up to Perez. Horton steps to clear. Silva and Schumacher challenging. Ben Schumacher on the ball. Plays it down the line for Meningus to chase. Presido and Meningus. Meningus drops back to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher gets a touch to the top of the box. Orphan there falls to Meningus, but Meningus is in offside position. And saved anyway by Admire. It'll be a free kick in the corner for the Blue Jays. McGlynn there to take the free kick. That's going to go all the way out on the sideline, throw in for the Cougars. Brake takes the throw in to Meningus. Meningus chips it back in the middle. Orphan back to number 8, Presido. To the near side for Hamlin. Hamlin being defended by Keeler. Hamlin on the touch, still challenging for the ball. Hamlin able to get the turn. Massey comes in a challenge. Up to Brandon Schumacher. Orphan clears. Up to Massey. Massey chips it over the top. Horton gets a touch with his hip and plays it out on the near side for a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Massey takes the throw into Silva. Edson comes to challenge. Clevenger challenges on Massey. Fight for the ball as Edson pokes it. Massey gets through the challenge. Massey still on the ball, plays it to the corner, and Horton's there. Horton's looking at his options. As he lets it roll out the end line, it'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Nice read by Horton to see that he had space and patiently let it roll out to get the goal kick. Number 16, Daly, subbing back in the game for Obregon. Rush Stewart takes the goal kick. Ball in the middle of the field. First touch by Silva, up to Perez. Perez with his left plays it in. And that's not on frame as Stewart's able to get over to it. Under 25 left to play in the second half. Cougars leading 3-0. Stewart with the side spinning ball in the middle of the field. Presido chasing for it as Brandon Schumacher pressures. Schumacher gets to it, touching to the corner. Schumacher's able to cut it back. Presido defending. Schumacher still on the ball, drops it back to Brake. Pass Brake as Brake tries to keep it in, but out of play back to the Blue Jays. Throw in, Brake first to touch. Brake back into the attack, plays it in. Clevenger there as the Blue Jays sweep it away. That was Aguirre on the clear out. Throw in for the Cougars in the attacking third. Ruben Brake there to take the throw. Ball into the middle. Orphan clears. Edson drops back to Dunaway. Dunaway finds Ben Schumacher with some room. Schumacher into the attack. Blue Jays trip over each other as Schumacher comes through space as Silva comes in the tackle. Brake gets it back to Schumacher, back to Dunaway. Foul called on Keeler, and it's a free kick for the Cougars from, say, 40 out. Jackson Dunaway there to take the free kick. Dunaway puts it on frame. Oh, just a little off and over the goal. Deflected by the keeper, Admire. It's a corner kick for the Cougars. Spencer Jackson subbing in the game for the Cougars. Number 4, Evan Harley subbing in for the Blue Jays. Nixon Meningus taking a break along with number 5, Keeler. Ball in, it's loose. Edson gets a strike with his left, and Admire's there to make the save. Big punt to the middle of the field. Bouncing ball, and Nangle heads it away. Brake, good job getting to it and clears it all the way to the sideline and out of play over the fence. It will be a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Presido there to take the throw. Into Daly. Clevenger comes to pressure. Daly strikes it through, deflected away. Brake tries to keep it in. Daly with his left up to Perez. Brake back to Clevenger, but off of Clevenger out of play. Back to the Blue Jays for a throw. Presidio there to take the throw. Knocked off Clevenger. Down the line. Brake wins it off of Daly, and it's a throw-in for the Cougars in the corner. Break with the throw up to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher's able to receive it. Back to Clevenger. Clevenger looking to play Brandon Schumacher over the top. McGlynn there. Brandon Schumacher comes into pressure. McGlynn gets a touch out of play, but it's a throw for the Cougars. Titus Clevenger all the way down to take the throw. Back to Break. Break gets through. Plays it to the corner. Nobody's there though, and number 11, Orphan, lets it roll out. Goal kick for the Blue Jays.
Last game we ended it with 30 balls. We found 2. We only have 5 games.
McGlynn takes the goal kick, backspinning ball into the middle. Edson gets the first touch, stolen by Silva. Played down the line by Daly and out of play back to the Cougars. Cason Hamlin there to take the throw, gets it into Clevenger. Back to Hamlin. Hamlin carrying to the middle, Silva comes to defend. Silva loses his feet but is able to win the ball. Davies and Hamlin challenge for it. Daly, I'm sorry. Stolen by Perez. Perez into the box, wants it, and wide of the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Rush Stewart, the keeper, taking the goal kick for the Cougars. Plays it short to Nangle. Silva comes to pressure. Nangle ahead. Daly steals to Perez. Daly up to Silva. Nangle steps. Ball's loose as the ball's sent in to the middle. Edson able to clear it to the sideline. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Aguirre there to take the throw. Down the line, Break is able to clear. McGlynn heads it back in. Ball falls to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher cuts it into space. Schumacher gets challenged by Daly. Falls to Hamlin. Hamlin ahead for Clevenger. Still in play and finally out. Blue Jays throw. Presido there to take the throw for the Blue Jays. Presido into the middle. Is able to find Daly. Break. Plays it over the top. Bouncing ball. Admire able to save it right on the line. Admire back to punt. Top spinning ball to the center circle. Nangle gets the first touch. Massey there to Silva. Silva on the ball into the attack. Break and Silva challenging for it. Break with his left down the line. Aguirre plays it back in. Break into the middle. Aguirre all the way across to Perez. Edson gets the touch over the top to Clevenger. Clevenger looking for an option, cuts it back. Perez defending. With the left into the middle. Aguirre missed touch as Jackson chases for it. And nice job by Admire getting to the ball before Jackson can get to it for the Cougars. Side spinning punt. Spencer Jackson there to fight for it. Number 4, Harley. Aguirre with his left goes over the top as Hamlin gets a touch with his shoulder. Nangle there on the far side. Nangle up to Clevenger. Nice touch by Clevenger to turn. Clevenger in the middle for Ben Schumacher with room in front. Schumacher into the attack. Schumacher takes the strike, and Admire's there to make the save. Good shot, Ben. Admire into the middle. Edson gets a touch with his esophagus.
No, like.
Number 16, Daly. Stolen by Hamlin. Up to Clevenger. Titus Clevenger on the ball. Makes the bridge touch. And knocked out of play by the Blue Jays. Presido. Throw in for the Cougars, and the Cougars will take a sub. Grayson Crumrine checking in for the Cougars, and Nixon Meningus back in the game. Jackson Dunaway and Titus Clevenger subbing out. Brake moving to that defensive mid position as Grayson Crumrine comes in at left back. Ball cleared away by Orphan. Another throw for the Cougars down in the far corner. Kason Hamlin down to take the throw. Plays it short for Meningus. Meningus back to Hamlin. Hamlin across the box with his left, and Admire's right there in position to make another save. Admire with another big punt, side spin into the middle. That's in first to touch, but falls to Daly. Daly into the attack. Hamlin comes back to help, Nangle defending. Daly all the way to the end line. Nangle's able to clear, gets it to Horton. Horton tries to clear it, but right in. And it's a corner kick for the Blue Jays. Anthony Keeler subbing back in the game for the Blue Jays. Evan Harley subbing out. Massey takes the corner kick. Crumrine there to deflect it away. Massey dropped all the way back to Presido. Into the middle, Jackson gets the header and clears it away. Number 20, Davis, chips it in. Rush Stewart, nice job rising up and winning that over the attempt by Daly. Evan Horton limping off of that challenge, able to get back to his feet. 14 minutes left to play here in the second half. Cougars leading 3-0. Stewart with a side spinning ball to the far side. Presido lets it bounce and out of play. It'll be a throw for the Blue Jays on the restart. Presido down the line. Hamlin wins it. Hamlin chips it into the middle. Spencer Jackson on the near side off the deflection from McGlynn. Jackson sends it in. Aguirre there to clear, and it's a throw for the Cougars in the attacking third. Grayson Crumrine all the way down to take the throw. Crumrine looks for Brandon Schumacher. Headed by McGlynn, and out of play, another throw for the Cougars. Crumrine takes the throw into Ben Schumacher. Tries to get the touch on it. Loose in the box. Silva clears it. Brake plays it back in, but Silva's able to clear it all the way to midfield and out on the far side. Throw it back to the Cougars. Hamlin over to take the throw. Down the line for Meningus. Presido clears it. Another throw for the Cougars. Hamlin into Meningus, able to settle. Meningus looking to turn. Presido clears. That's number 15, Eli Hammond, defending over there on Meningus. Meningus back to Hamlin. Silva comes in on the tackle and knocks it out of play. Another throw for the Cougars. Hamlin takes the throw into Ben Schumacher, wins it down with his chest. Back to Hamlin. Hamlin attacking. Hamlin gets through the challenge all the way to the corner of the box. Across the box to Jackson. And out of play. Spencer Jackson was there on the run, just a little bit too deep for him to get to. We're going to stop the clock as Kason Hamlin is down. Hamlin's been dealing with a hip flexor issue. It seems like that's what got aggravated on that play. Titus Clevenger subbing in the game for the Cougars. Okay, restart of play on the goal kick. Ball into Keeler. Crumrine steals, gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger across to Edson. Silva comes in and steals. Silva over the top to the near side. Evan Horton there, pokes it out of play. Daly there to take the throw. Into Messi. Daly, cross. Daly gets through, takes the left. And spinning the wrong direction, out of play. Goal kick for the Cougars. Under 11 to play, Cougars leading 3-0. Rush Stewart, back spinning ball. First touch by Davis. Ball's in the middle, Brandon Schumacher back for it. Massey defending. Drop back to Spencer Jackson. Jackson wide to Clevenger. Aguirre steps in and clears it all the way to the end line, or to the box, I should say. Stewart's there to pick it up. Stewart taking his time. Big punt back to the middle. Orphan there, tries to get a touch on it. Meningus is going to chase. Presido plays it out the sideline for the Blue Jays. It's a throw for the Cougars. Ruben break down to take the throw. Break into Brandon Schumacher in the box. Schumacher looking for position. Takes the strike, and not enough on it as Admire's there to scoop it up. Admire top spinning ball. Break gets the first touch. Falls to Hammond. Deflected by Break out of play. Throw in for the Blue Jays after the sub. Number 3, Sebastian Perez checking back in the game for the Blue Jays. Ball out of play. Meningus gets the quick throw into Edson. Edson drop back to Crumrine. Crumrine on the ground to Clevenger. Aguirre gets the touch up to Massey. Connecting to Perez as Crumrine challenges. Perez down the line. Plays it across the box. Stewart, nice job reaching out and making the save. Stewart quickly out to Clevenger. Clevenger plays Ben Schumacher in. Nice ball. Ben Schumacher. Orphan. Oh, what a save by Admire. Meningus there. Deflected away again by the Blue Jays. And a corner kick up coming for the Cougars.
Let's go, Ben!
Ben Schumacher plays it on the ground to Clevenger. Deflected away by McGlynn. And another corner kick for the Cougars. Evan Horton coming up as the extra man. Spinning ball in. It's loose. Off the crossbar, off Meningus' back. Clevenger plays it in, but not on frame. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. McGlynn back for the goal kick, back spinning ball in the middle. Daly first to touch, Crumrine steals, all the way up to Ben Schumacher. To the near side for Clevenger. Aguirre there defending, Clevenger gets past. Aguirre able to come in and clear it away. And a throw for the Cougars. Clevenger short to Ben Schumacher. Back to Clevenger. On the ground to Brandon. Brandon Schumacher trying to turn. Loses his feet as Massey steals. Daly comes in, plays it with his left, and Stewart's right there for it as Massey comes up to pressure. Stewart able to play it back in the middle of the field. Davis up to number 9, Silva. Cougars are able to steal. Break plays it up to Meningus. Meningus gets through the challenge on Orphan. Meningus, once his hat trick, plays it into Brandon Schumacher. Aguirre plays it high into the air. Meningus heads it back in. Aguirre with his chest clears it to the sideline. And it's a throw for the Cougars. Ruben Break all the way down to take the throw. Break with a throw into the box. Edson gets a touch on it and plays it out the end line. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. Johnny McGlynn there to take the goal kick, again for the Blue Jays. Good driving ball to the middle. Settled down by Daly. Daly dropped to Silva. Silva trying to play Massey in. Horton heads it away, but Silva's right there on the attack. Silva settles it down. Plays it to the far side, but breaks there to win it. Gets it back to Edson. Jacks Edson. Down the line for Meningus to chase. Orphan coming on. Meningus gets to the ball. Meningus, nice feet to turn it back. Meningus still carrying. Gets another touch into the box. Meningus goes through the traffic and a little bully play on Presido as he got the shot off but sent it over the goal. Goal kick ruled for the Blue Jays. McGlynn now taking the goal kick from the near side. Back spinning ball. Crumrine and Perez. And Crumrine got in Perez's back, gets called for the foul. Free kick for the Blue Jays.
Keep up the intensity, Ben. Let's go. 1 minute.
McGlynn will take the free kick for the Blue Jays. Side spinning ball into the top. An angle trying to head it away. Daly over to get it. Edson steps and clears it away, and Edson's able to draw the foul. Free kick for the Cougars. Ruben Break over to take the free kick for the Cougars. Break, nice driving ball all the way down to the corner into the box. And Admire's there to pick it up. Admire with a punt back in the middle of the field. Crumrine's there first. Gets a touch. Massey comes in on the challenge. Perez is there. Nice touch by Crumrine to get it to Clevenger. Clevenger connects to Spencer Jackson. Jackson into Clevenger, but Aguirre's there to clear it. And after the sub, Justin Boney subbing in the game. Stop the clock in the last 5 minutes when the leading team is subbing. So we're going to hold the clock while Boney subs in for Horton. Ball into Brandon Schumacher over to Ben. Back to Clevenger. Clevenger, nice move. Clevenger on the ball. Looking for an option, plays it across for Meningus. Meningus into Ben Schumacher. Schumacher turns, plays it over to Clevenger. Clevenger wants the strike, and right at Admire is able to grab it with both hands. Admire back to the middle. Daly first to touch, Nangle and Daly go for it in the air. Ball's loose for Daly, plays it through for Keeler. Break clears it to the sideline. And a throw in for the Blue Jays. Keeler takes the throw to Daly. Edson comes to defend. Nice feet by Edson to poke it away. Daly back to it. Daly gets the turn, takes the shot, deflection, and corner kick upcoming for the Blue Jays. A Under 2 minutes to play. Carter Massey, the senior midfielder, over to take the corner. Side spinning ball in. Stewart gets off his line, and nice job getting in the air to win that ball. Out quickly to Clevenger. Perez comes on the challenge. Perez able to poke it away, and a throw for the Cougars. Grayson Crumrine comes over to take the throw. All the way up to Brandon Schumacher to Jackson. Jackson over the top and into the box for Admire to get for the Blue Jays. Admire, top spinning ball to the middle, bounces over the first line. Boney's there. Boney swings and misses. Strike one. Connects on the second one as Stewart clears it back to the middle of the field. Ben Schumacher, good touch. Schumacher looking for Clevenger. Plays Clevenger in. Nice ball. Clevenger, goalie's out. Clevenger still on it. Takes the shot and buries it home, far post. Titus Clevenger, and the Cougars lead 4-0. Brian Ramos checking in the game for the Cougars as Spencer Jackson takes a break. Massey plays it to the near side, out of play. And a throw for the Cougars. Crumrine all the way up to Brandon Schumacher, heads it back into the middle for Ben. Ben with his chest to settle down. Schumacher into the attack. McGlynn steps in to clear it away. Less than 30 seconds to play. Cougars take the throw. Clevenger into Ben Schumacher. Aguirre there to defend. Perez comes in to steal. Clevenger, nice win back. Clevenger trying to get through the double. And foul called. Just let it run out. All right, and that's the horn. Final score, Cougars 4, Blue Jays 0. All right, so I've been wrong the last 3 times on whether we have a JV game, so I'm just going to wait patiently to see whether we have one. Marshfield does have 12 players listed on their JV roster, but they also mentioned that they have 3 varsity players that are out with injuries, so I'm not sure if they have enough or not. Obviously, we are pretty thin on the JV roster. All right, we do have a clock going, so it looks like we are going to play the JV half. All right, we're back for the JV half. We have 25 minutes on the clock. Cougars have the ball going with the wind. That's the whistle. We're underway for the JV half. Break gets it to Clevenger. Ties Clevenger up to Reether, deflected away by number 14. That's Liam Reynolds. And a throw in for the Cougars in the attacking half. Will Kelly. Oh, yep, sorry. Will Kelly is number 14. Clevenger into Reether. Across and saved by the keeper. Who's the keeper? Landon Martin, the keeper. Break plays it back to Reether. Chips it into Clevenger. Ball deflected. Reether to Clevenger, and Clevenger goes for the 3 points. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. Aiden Davis back to take the goal kick for the Blue Jays. Side spinning ball. First touch by Kelly. Over to Harley. Jackson steals it up to Reether. Reether wants the strike, loses his footing, but knocked off of the keeper, and it's a corner kick for the Cougars. Reether over to take the corner. Back spinning ball. Nangle there. Cleared away by the Blue Jays. Ramos to Edson. Challenged by Palmer Gray. Edson to break in the box. Still in. Edson. Near post. Aguirre clears. Falls to Ramos. Ramos on the attack. Harley's able to win it. Blue Jays into the attack. Brandon Schumacher steps in to steal. Keeler wins it back. Challenge on the sideline and out of play back to the Cougars. Ramos there to take the throw. Down the line. Edson wins it. Across for Clevenger. Clevenger looking for Nangle. Nangle wide. Plays it in. Nice touch by number 20, Aiden Davis. And Davis clears it to the sideline. Throw for the Cougars. Benjamin Bandy down to take the throw. Plays it to the top of the box. Nangle gets a touch. Cleared away by the Blue Jays again. And Clevenger there to settle. Clevenger tries to nutmeg, gets through the challenge. Reether. And deflected by the Blue Jays. Another corner kick upcoming for the Cougars. Reether with the side spinning ball in. Clevenger with a header. And nice save by the keeper, Martin. Was the keeper Martin? Landon Martin. Stewart with the first touch. Gets it to Clevenger, back to Schumacher. Schumacher down the line for Edson. And Edson can't get there in time. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Get ready down the line for Keeler. Goes through Brandon Schumacher there, plays it back to Horton. Horton's able to settle it. Horton switching the field for Bandy. Bandy down the line to connect to Nangle. Nangle opens up. Ball to Hammond. Hammond back to the middle of the field as Bandy chases back for it. Bandy with his left into Reether. Brogan Reether turns. Leaves it for Clevenger. Clevenger being challenged by Harley, gets it to Ramos. Branner Ramos. Harley's able to win the touch. Palmer Gray plays it back, breaks, steals, and takes the shot, deflected away by Harley. Back to Ramos. Back to Brake. Brake opens up to take the shot. And the follow by Reether. Cougars take the 1-0 lead.
Good job, Brogan.
Grayson Crumryan checking in the game as Rush Stewart subs out.
Stay down, goalie. Stay down. Down, goalie.
Abergron plays it all the way into the back line. Crumryan gets a touch wide. Nangle trying to settle, able to receive it in turn. Nangle down the line, cuts it back in. Nangle still on the ball into the box, takes the strike, and Nangle puts it far post for the goal. Abergron starts the play. Into Davis. And Davis clears it to the corner, throwing for the Cougars. Bandy down to take the throw, gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger gets through the challenge. Down the line. Clevenger still carrying. Bird defending. Bandy tries to play it over the top. Bird deflects it out of play. A throw in for the Cougars. Bird again clears. Throw in again for the Cougars. Bandy takes it short for Clevenger. Clevenger looking to play the big cross. Gets it over to Ramos. Brandon Ramos into the top of the box. Cleared by Davis. Connected pass to Abergron. Nangle wins it back to Reether. Reether drops for Jackson. Cross for Ramos at the top. Falls to Clevenger. He wants it. And the keeper, Landon Martin, there to make the save. Keeler challenging. Ben Bandy plays it out the sideline, a throw for the Blue Jays. Challenge on the line with Abergron and Bandy. And Bandy's able to get it out of play. Another throw for the Blue Jays. Abergron with a big throw in. Crumryan steps to deflect it out of the box. Harley on the ball. Played in as Ramos deflects. Harley back to it. Ben Bandy challenging, gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger gets through the challenge into the counterattack. Clevenger looking upfield, has some options. Plays the big switch for Edson. Into the box. Jax Edson there, left across. And just wide of the frame. Goal kick for the Blue Jays.
Do that again, Jack. Looking good, Ramos.
Aiden Davis back to take the goal kick. Low ball, Nangle gets the first touch. Nathaniel Silva there defending. Nangle steals. Drop back to Jackson. Jackson, big ball over the top and into the goal. Spencer Jackson chips it over and bouncing into the goal for the third goal for the JV Cougars. Blue Jays restart play. Crumrine with his knee gets it to Ramos. Abergron defending. Deflected away by number 22, Palmer Gray. And it's a throw for the Cougars. Aguirre there to defend on Edson. Ball's loose. Aguirre, good ball over the top. Keeler and Crumrine. Crumrine gets a touch. Keeler's still on it. Crumrine stands him up. Keeler back across the box. Brandon Schumacher there to help. Clears it to the sideline. Schumacher with time now. Schumacher back to the middle. Palmer Gray clears it. Nangle's there to steal. Nangle carrying, plays Clevenger in, deflected away by Silva. Back to Nangle. Nangle wide to Jackson. Jackson sends it in for Reether. Reether headed to the goal and just over. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. "13 minutes left to play in this JV half. Palmer Gray checking out as number 9, Robert Bird checks back in the game for the Blue Jays. Actually, are there 2 number 9s? Oh, that's a 19 on the far side. Okay. Clevenger leaves it for Brake in the middle. Brake finds Jackson. Good touch to Reether. Aguirre there to clear it away for the Blue Jays. William Kelly defending on Nangle. Cross for Clevenger. Clevenger finds Edson. Edson looking to make the move. Edson into the box, cuts it back, trying to find his feet. Drops back to Ramos. Back to Edson. Ramos into Jackson, who clips it wide for Edson. Edson at the top of the box. Aguirre challenges. Able to win it and clear it out to the sideline. And a throw for the Cougars. Dunaway, Boney, and Meningus checking in for the Cougars. Schumacher, Clevenger, and Brake checking out. Ramos short to Edson. Cleared away by Harley, and another throw for the Cougars. Ramos with the throw down the line and get her there. Into Reether. Harley there. Boney steals. Back into Reether. Reether on the turn. Won by Hammond, but back to the Cougars. Meningus there at the top. Cleared away by Harley. Keeler back to the ball. Keeler down the line. Cuts it back in. Loses feet. Crumrine steps in to win it. Ramos clears it. Number 11, Doodley. Keeler sends it across and deflected off of Crumrine. Corner kick for the Blue Jays. Keeler subbing out of the game. Number 18, Roy Harden, checking in. Davis with a good ball in, cleared away on the attempt by, I think that's Silva. Some duplicate numbers, but I think that looks like Silva from the varsity game. Meningus turning it wide. Bandy drop back to Dunaway. Dunaway back to Jackson. Gets all the way up to Nangle. Nangle connecting with Reether. Plays Jackson to the corner. Ball out of play. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Under 9 to play here in the JV half. Is number 11 Dudley or is that Orphan? But that guy right there is Dudley? That looks like the guy that was playing on the varsity game. That's what I was wondering.
It could be.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking that 9 and 11. Ball played over the top. Nangle's there. And chips it out of play. See, I think this is McGlinnan. Reether. Nice cut back. Reether into the attack. Back to Ramos. Finds Reether at the top. Reether takes the strike. And almost gets called for the delay of game, but they have another ball. Goal kick by Davis up to number 11. Edson comes in for the win. Ryan Ramos able to keep it in, gets it back to Crumrine. Stolen by Nangle. Nangle draws the foul. Free kick for the Cougars. So is number 9 Gasper?
Yeah.
Okay. Dunaway takes the free kick. Ball all the way up to Spencer Jackson. That's before and after. Jackson Dunaway, Spencer Jackson. If you're playing the wheel tonight. Brandon Ramos to the top, takes the strike. And the keeper, Landon Martin, there to make the save. Spencer Jackson heads it into the air. Ball played up to Silva. Into McGlynn. Into the box. Nice touch by Crumrine to clear. Ramos knocks out a play, throwing for the Blue Jays. Big throw into Silva. Chipped over by Harley, and the keeper Horton's there to make the two-handed save. Out to Nangle. Is that Johnny McGlynn over there on that far side? Number 18. McGlynn hands it back in. Silva comes to the ball. Ramos loses his feet. Nice connection. Silva takes the shot, and Horton's there to make the save for the Cougars. I believe that's Luke Orphan, number 11. Horton out to Nangle. Ball deflected by McGlynn. Sent back in by Kelly. Dunaway heads it. Crumrine up to Bandy. Bandy with some space in the middle. Carrying to the far side. Bandy cuts it back, leaves it for Jackson. Off the mark as McGlynn comes to steal. Drop back to Palmer Gray. Bandy steals it over to Edson. Harley tries to clear, deflected off of Boney. Sent to the near side. Orphan comes in on the challenge on Ramos. Orphan with his left across for a play over the top by Harley. Dunaway tries to clear. McGlynn gets the touch in for Silva. And Silva with the straight leg tackle on Horton. Horton looks like he's okay. Restart a play with the free kick. McGlynn and Meningus get aggressive, and foul called. Another free kick for the Cougars. Meningus into the middle. Good touch by Davis. Stolen by Jackson. Jackson plays Bandy wide. Bandy to the far side, trying to keep it in, cuts it back. Bandy across to Reether. Reether's able to turn. Back to Bandy. Bandy across. Boney in. Gets a touch with his knee. Boney trying to settle. Shields him off the ball. Across for Ramos. Strike by Briner. Still loose as the Blue Jays clear. And that's Robert Bird on the far side. Clears it out of trouble for the Blue Jays. Jackson takes the throw in to Reether. Reether able to keep it in the corner. Cuts it back, carrying across. Reether to Boney. Gary tries to clear, falls to Edson. Gary able to get back to clear it all the way back to the midfield. Crumrine turns. Doesn't get rid of it as Silva comes in to steal. Dunaway in front. Deflected off of Crumrine, and Nangle gets over there, able to clear it out the sideline. Oh no, it's out the end line. Corner kick for the Blue Jays. Number 20, Aiden Davis coming down to take the corner after some subs coming in the game. Silva checking out. Number 2, Cameron Obregon back in the game for the Blue Jays. Side spinning ball at the top of the box. Oh, a nice save by Horton as he rises up with 2 hands. Under 30 seconds to play. Meningus down the far side. Palmer Gray on the ball. Bandy comes to challenge. Spencer Jackson clears it off of the Blue Jays player Robert Bird and throw in for the Cougars. Eli Hammond able to clear the last one. And that does it for the JV 25-minute period. Cougars victorious 3-0. Thank you all for tuning in. That's all we have for tonight. We'll be back in action tomorrow, headed to Lighthouse. That is in the. We'll be playing at Allison Sportstown in Springfield. 4:30 varsity start.
Same bat time, same bat.